You are live. This is just a test. No one's on. Oh, that's cool.
Jeff Tedford, who was an alum, inherits a team that had won one game the previous year. And think about last year, they had a wonderful year, 10 wins. This year, they're having a great year again. And these seniors want to go out a winner for Fresno State.
You get this W, let's go! Let's go, baby! Talk on me, talk on three! 1, 2, 3, go!
Slips another tackler. Now he's got nothing but friends, and he's into the end zone. 71-yard pick six.
First and 10 for the Bulldog 40. Handoff, Rivers again. Shoots through a tight hole. Cuts to the outside. Gets a block on the edge from Jordan. Across midfield, the 45, and all the way down to the 41 of Arizona State. A gain of 19 for Ronnie Rivers.
Second and goal. Marion has a little room up the middle. Running to the end zone. Touchdown, Fresno State.
He knew exactly what he wanted to do. Gets aggressive and gets into the end zone.
Running room. Ronnie Rivers is rolling.
40, 30, 25. One man trying to catch him. Lucas grabs him at the 5. Can't stop him. Touchdown, Ronnie Rivers.
It didn't come easy. They overcame a lot. They can say that they did something that no one else has done. 12 wins is how history's going to record this team.
One, two, three, let's go!
Jeff Tedford, who was an alum, inherits a team that had won one game the previous year. And think about last year, they had a wonderful year, 10 wins. This year, they're having a great year again. And these seniors want to go out a winner for Fresno State.
You get this W, let's go! Let's go, baby! Talk on me, talk on 3! 1, 2, 3, go!
Slips another tackler. Now he's got nothing but friends, and he's into the end zone. 71-yard pick six.
First and 10 for the Bulldog 40. Handoff, Rivers again. Shoots through a tight hole. Cuts to the outside. Gets a block on the edge from Jordan. Across midfield, the 45, and all the way down to the 41 of Arizona State. A gain of 19 for Ronnie Rivers.
Second and goal. Marion has a little room up the middle. Running to the end zone. Touchdown, Fresno State.
He knew exactly what he wanted to do. Gets aggressive and gets into the end zone.
Running room. Ronnie Rivers is rolling.
40, 30, 25. One man trying to catch him. Lucas grabs him at the 5. Can't stop him. Touchdown, Ronnie Rivers.
It didn't come easy. They overcame a lot. They can say that they did something that no one else has done. 12 wins is how history's going to record this team.
Why is it doubled? Testing. Doubled. It's doubled here. Testing. Okay, now it's not doubled. It's because I had it open twice. Two browsers. Let's see what else we can share. Oldie but goodie here. Oh, doesn't seem to work. Let's see. Move. Share. Okay, now I can mute it. What is this? No, no thank you. Nope, don't need that. Background. Oh, that's cool. Totally just learning how to live stream with StreamYard. Now I've got these pretty little leaves back there. That's interesting. I wonder if I could add. Let's add this one. Maybe. Comments. Pedro, hello. This is a good question. Now I can chat about it. Okay, can you put your question there? This is so cool. So this was the, so let me pause it. This is a collaboration between a couple different entities, myself, and also, can you hear me? Let me know in the chat. This was I was shooting out on the basketball floor, and then I had to leave. And then another company called Backstory Creative came in with I was shooting on an Amira with a 20-120 lens with the spotlight stuff. And they were shooting on a Blackmagic Pocket 4K with, I'm not sure what lens. I think maybe some still lenses. So the stuff that's with the spotlight behind the players is my stuff, and the stuff that's got the red light in the garage looking area is their stuff, and I edited the whole thing. So yeah, that's me with the Amira and the 20-120, And then that's them with the Blackmagic Pocket 4K, shooting at 4K, even though this is a 1080p project. That's all theirs with some, looks like they have some LED tubes in those little things with an aperture, I think 120D as their soft light. And so that's their stuff. That's my stuff with the Amira. So it cut together pretty well. Yeah. Yep. Yes. Definitely love the backlight. I did have an on-camera light, so I used. What's nice about this? Oh, it's up there. Sorry, you can't see me. There's a kick light up here, which is the Luxley Cello RGB light, and I have that mounted to my Amira. And so, yeah, I'm just kind of doing some swooping. Oh, and it turned off. It just ran out of battery. Yeah. And so some of the players I actually didn't get to shoot in the spotlight because I left, but yeah, I think it turned out pretty well. It was a very quick turnaround, as most things are in athletics, but yeah, I was shooting, I think 120 frames out on the court there, and then I would speed things up. And they were shooting, I think, 4K 60. But yeah, just highlighting the new jerseys. And then the lockup, the Adidas and Bulldog locked up. So this is the first year Fresno State had a contract with Adidas. So that was exciting. All the new jerseys. It was a lot of work for the athletics team. I was able to help out on this and the women's basketball reveal. I think I did. Maybe I didn't. No easy rig, just handheld, actually just low angle, holding it. And yeah, so it was all handheld. This is cool. Let's see what else I have on this computer to share. Let me remove this. I feel like I've never done like live streaming or live broadcast stuff. So this is pretty cool. Thanks, Pedro. I can share your comment. That's awesome. Remove that. Go here. Share video file. What do I have on my computer? This is crazy. So this is what we would call a special role. A special role in the football world or the NFL world is all of your shots. Actually, a special role is probably more edited than this. This is just taking all my clips from the Las Vegas Bowl, or not the Las Vegas Bowl, the UNLV Fresno State game, shooting with an 800 millimeter lens. And I literally just dropped all the clips into a timeline and exported it. This thing is 3 hours, 4 hours, 4 hours and 35 minutes long. So, oh, that was one of my favorite shots. Let's go full screen. I'll remove that, and I will put in here UNLV, sorry, Fresno State at UNLV 2020, 400 millimeter prime lens. I could watch that shot over and over. That was a great shot, even though it wasn't a Fresno State shot. Yeah, that was fun. It's all manual focus, just pulling focus. Did not move the whole game. I sat in the end zone on a tripod, which is the best way to do it. You don't have to move. Oops, let me get out of here. Oh, that's interesting. I have a background there. Sorry, just playing with this stuff. Yeah. Interesting. We kept switching quarterbacks throughout the game. So number 6 would come in. I think this stuff is at 200 frames a second right here. 200 frames a second at a 400 millimeter. I'll go a little bit bigger. Wait, bigger there. This is where you want to nail focus. And on this particular shot, he gets soft And it's like, oh man, it's such a great run right at me too. And I couldn't catch focus. You win some, you lose some. They finally kind of gets it, maybe. And of course, at 200 frames, everything is just so exaggerated, and you miss focus, you know about it for the full 2-minute shot, which isn't fun. So, look, can't even get it there. You think it's all perfect, and it's not. And then he does a little, and then you're so tight, you can't zoom out because you're on a prime lens. That's kind of cool. Glad to see Ronnie Rivers coming back for another year at Fresno State. Hopefully, yeah. Thanks, James. See the comment. This is cool. It's my first time live streaming, so in a new office space and testing things out. Just playing some video files that are on my computer because I've never used StreamYard either. And so I'm sure StreamYard would want me to do that, but I'm not going to because I paid. Yeah, there we go. Nope, no thanks. Yeah. This is a pretty cool office space. It's like in my last video, I think I said it's just nice to have. I'll put that there. It's just nice to have a place where everything goes, and like I can literally turn off that light and walk out the door and go home, and then come back tomorrow and do the same thing. And that's one of the benefits of having this space. And so, yeah, the setup here is actually quite elaborate too. Once I figure out how to do multiple cameras, like I'll do that. But right now I'm I'm streaming with a Sony FS7 Mark II, and it's going in through an SDI cable to a Blackmagic Ultra Studio mini recorder, which goes into Thunderbolt 2, which then I have an adapter to Thunderbolt 3 into my MacBook Pro. I have the Sennheiser 416, I think it is, with this focus. Oh, the video's over, sorry. I'll remove that. With this Focusrite thingy that gives me Thunderbolt or USB-C to XLR. So yeah, it is super nice to have a space to just store my gear. It's getting pretty crazy, just the amount of cases that I have. And so I told my wife, like, I'm never going back. Like, maybe it's not this space forever, but it's going to be some type of space where I can store my gear. And then when I have a shoot, come here, build it, prep it, walk out the door, go do the shoot, come back, get the batteries on charge, and do it again. So, yes. Thank you, Will. I'm learning how to do this live. And I tell you, if it's this easy, I don't know if I'll ever record a regular YouTube video again. I mean, when it comes to like question and answer stuff, the gear review stuff is fun. And so, yeah. Yes, Office Space video. Yep. Thanks for chiming in, guys. This is cool. There's currently 3 people here, but it's all that matters. As long as you get, I don't know, answer whatever questions you guys have. Can anybody name the Super Bowls that are behind me? I know I'm on a Fujinon 18-55 E-mount, and I have 3 Super Bowl posters behind me. Yeah, it's actually pretty ridiculous that I get one for every Super Bowl I'm at, and I can't hang them all. So maybe I'll rotate them back here. It's going great, but you know how things goes. Yep, in the real live stream, something will go wrong. True, and plus I'm at this office space, which is a shared kind of Wi-Fi connection with other offices, which could be a problem if I ever did this like in the middle of the day with other people on the Wi-Fi. Right now, no one's here, so it's kind of nice. But, and yes, do I know Austin Porter? Austin Porter, yes, the legend of Austin Porter, of course. Yeah, Austin is in my mind, Austin Porter is the new Donnie Marks. And Donnie Marks recently retired, but then he came back, and so he's filling those rather large shoes of Donnie Marks for NFL films. And Austin Porter is going to be a legend one day. He's really good. Let me see if I can hide that. Cool. Then I can switch my banner. Oops, no. My branding. I can go there. Boom. That's cool. The bubble, the block. That's cool. See what else I have on my computer here. Go back here. Yes. Camera on my bed, lenses all over the place. Pedro, totally. Yes, it's that's exactly what I was doing up until I got this place. And it's not only is it in my bedroom, but I also have 3 little kids that are running around, which is very, very nerve-wracking when a camera is sitting on a tripod and just ready to be knocked over at any moment. So it's hard to tell these little kids, like, no, that's something that's important. So it's nice, again, to have another space that I don't have to worry about that unless I bring the kids with me. But so far, I just come here to get some stuff done if I need to. 24/7 access, which is nice. Yeah, James, so there's a couple. So this is where I have 4 themes, and I can switch just to those. And that's all I know how to do for now. But I bet if I ran this through, hold on, maybe if I go here. No, still the same. That one's the biggest. So I like that. That's the biggest I can make it. And then if I add a comment, like if I do, I think it becomes bigger with my picture. And I can pin that. Yeah. So then it, you can do the picture. Look at this. So I've been on podcasts where they've used StreamYard and it was pretty easy. And so that's why I just went with it. I don't know. I know OBS is an option, but that just sounded way too complicated. I know there's other ones out there, but this is the only one I've played with. So that's cool. Let me go here, share video file. What else do I have on here? I don't know if I can show that NFL stuff that I have on here. That might be violating some copyright stuff. Yeah, this one's cool. So I can mute that. No need for that. I can get rid of my comment. So that one is the 800 millimeter. So it's a 400 millimeter with a 2x extender, manual focus. This one I didn't miss focus on, which was nice. Jake Hayner coming back for, I think he's got one more year. Yeah, he'll be back next year for Fresno State. And there's that. So I took, after halftime, I took the 2x extender off and just ran with a 400 millimeter for the second half. There's my photographer, my photographer friend, Carrie Edmondson, in the background there, who takes all of my amazing behind the scenes photos at Fresno State because we hang out with each other a lot. Yeah. That's cool. 24 minutes. Jeez. Just looking for stuff on my computer. Ooh, this one. Yeah. Vegas Bowl. 2018. Fresno State versus Arizona State. Another Pac-12 opponent goes down. Yeah. Yeah. No, Austin will hit me up and say, hey, I got someone else learned of me because, again, I mention Austin as much as I can in some live streams or podcasts or whatever. And so he'll say, hey, someone else contacted me because of you. And I said, hope if they're bugging you, let me know. But he's just like me. He's there to help people grow and answer any questions. He's a super cool guy. Now in North Carolina. Don't mind my Super Bowl flex here. Jeez. It's like everywhere. It's embarrassing. Like only shirts I wear are like NFL film shirts and Fresno State shirts. I need to get a new wardrobe. It's like remove that. Remove. By the way, this was the Fujinon 24 by 2/3 inch sensor lens with a 1.4 times extender on a Sony FS7 II, shooting in center crop mode. Yeah, it's sometimes to try and use those 2/3 inch sensor, also using some of the TV footage here too. Using those 2/3 inch sensor lenses, they're the greatest for football, but it takes a lot of magnification to start filling these big sensors that we use. So, but man, this stuff looks great, especially a daytime game. That's why I was so excited when I heard that kickoff for this game was like at 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock. Yeah, just this was the 11-16 on that shot. On these shots, 11-16, due close, Tokina rehouse. So PL mount, so I'd go PL to Sony E mount and shoot at 120 frames per second. And then you can hear.
Last year they had a wonderful year.
I pulled the TV melt from Kirk Herbstreit and the other guy. And then, yeah, this is all 24 by video lens stuff that Fujinon sent me back in 2018 to test. And I'm so glad they did. And then I also partnered with my counterpart in athletics, Andrew, and he was shooting on a C100 Mark II with a 24-105, I'm pretty sure. And so some of this stuff, like his job was to just live in the benches and huddles. And so that's what he did. Yeah. Again, you can't beat backlight, Las Vegas backlight at 12 o'clock. That's the C100 cut to mine, 24 by on the FS7 II. And of course, at 120 frames, it takes forever. So I'm chopping up in the edit there. I don't like to speed ramp, but I will if I have to. So, but the other thing too, shooting this style on an FS7 versus an Amira, which I didn't have at the time. There's something about following a football with I have a Zacuto Gratical eye, and it just the refresh rate or whatever happens from the camera to the EVF, even if it's the standard Sony one, it's just hard to follow football. And so when you go to an Amira, Ari has figured out the secret sauce in trying to, I don't know if it's a refresh rate. Maybe someone from Ari could reach out to me, but I don't know why I can follow a football better on an Amira than I can with any other camera and any other EVF. So maybe that's why the Amira is a $45,000 camera and the FS7 is an $8,000 camera. But shooting this with a Gratical eye on an FS7 and a 24 by video lens, I got some great stuff, but you'll never see a tight spiral Austin Porter, Donnie Mark shot because it's hard to find the ball and with that EVF. So this is sped up. I was shooting 120 frames, and then I cut to the TV camera, which was that one. He had a better shot. When I edited it, I think I edited this a couple days later. Wasn't that quick of a turnaround. C100. Michael Walker there. So number 3 is on the Atlanta Falcons. Had a heck of a rookie season last year. Coming up on a Juju Hughes shot. So Juju Hughes right there on that tip pass. He plays for the Los Angeles Rams. That's T-Boggs, T-Boogie, like my favorite band member ever. Because he's always the hype man. He was even on the Ellen show. She gave him a free Jeep because his bike got stolen. Great kid. And there's Ronnie Rivers, who at that point was a freshman. I think he was a freshman there. Dad was an NFL running back for the Detroit Lions. Just love daytime games. Keyshawn Johnson, Arizona Cardinals. Stacked team. Jeff Tedford, heck of a coach. Took a 1-11 team. I think it was the first time ever in college football history. Took a 1-11 team, came in, and then they went 12-2. It's never been done before. And these are the same players. So pretty much the same team that was 1-11 went 12-2 the very next year with the coaching change. So shout out to Jeff Tedford. And now we have kind of the Jeff Tedford disciple and Kalen DeBoer, who's our new head coach at Fresno State. So things are looking up for the Bulldogs. And now we get all our seniors back because of COVID, so it'll be nice. Yes. App State. Will. Dude, the whole TA Films family started at App State from what I know. Tyler Adams, I've worked with him a couple times for NFL Films. And yeah. That's cool. Yeah, the 11 to 16 is great. It's actually better than the 11 to 20. And, because that's also been rehoused by Duclos as well, or maybe some other companies. But this is just a photo lens with a PL mount and some pitch gears installed on it. But when you're that wide, and then a T28, it's really good. Anyway, let's see what else I have on this computer. There it is. Back here. Hold on. My Starbucks is behind me. I don't know why I have my headphones on. It's not like I'm listening to anything. I guess I could hear the videos. That's funny. Yeah, no, Tyler has essentially built a very, very cool company in North Carolina. SEC stuff, just really cool. And of course, he brought in Austin. Brought him down from New York. what else do I have? Remove that. Share video file. It's funny to just look and see what video files you have on your computer. Of course, when you have kids, it's just a lot of kid stuff. You write projects, Vegas Bowl, Zoom. San Jose State. I don't have. When was the last time I shot San? I probably shot San Jose State in 2019. They didn't. We didn't play this year because of COVID, I think. And I would have that stuff on hard drives at work. But yeah, heck of a year San Jose State had. It's just weird to say that San Jose State had a heck of a year, but I will give props to any team that went undefeated, right? They went undefeated in the Mountain West. Yeah, we got to look out for them next year for sure. And I don't know. So we were supposed to play in San Jose, of course. Or did we play? I don't remember if we played because they were playing in Las Vegas. Anyways, hopefully we play at Bulldog Stadium next year because it looks like we'll have some fans. And so we're going to need them. And knowing that San Jose State is the reigning champions, the fans will be pumped. The team will be pumped. Nice. Yeah. So you must know RJ Garcia, who just graduated. I follow him on Instagram. Great stuff. Okay. Good to know. Yeah, C300 Mark II. I'll show that C300 Mark II, 1635. Yeah. Dude, the 51,000. That's on my list. I've never shot with it, but it's a great lens for wires. Super 35 lens with that kind of range is amazing. Absolutely amazing. When you're on the long end of it, though, I think you have to shoot it at T8. But if you're at a day game, heck, even a night game with some of these ISOs, you're good. Nice. Yeah, RJ, great guy. What else do I have? Video file, desktop. So I have a vertical video. I wonder how that plays on here. This was going to the Super Bowl. This is my TikTok, how I created a TikTok to go to the Super Bowl. In vertical, let me see if it looks better this way. Oh yeah, kind of sits better that way. Stuck in a hotel until, crazy Super Bowl. I tell everybody I prefer Super Bowls that are not in a global pandemic because you can actually hang out with people and you don't have to get tested. But yeah, if you're not following me on TikTok, watch out. TikTok's funny. That's funny. Yes, they do. It has a 1.4 or 1.5 extender on it. Yep. Yeah. So 1,000, so 2,500, 1,500. Yeah. That's cool. So I'll remove my vertical video, my COVID spit test, and then my COVID nose test, all to shoot a game. Video file. Desktop. Family videos. So this is cool. I wonder if it'll let me play it. Now, video uses a unique codec, H.265. Doesn't like H.265. That was a behind the scenes video. Arms. This would be so meta if this works. No, it won't work. Remove. Yeah, I was thinking about doing one of my next videos, just a recap of the NFL season, 2020 NFL season, because it was a wild ride. I also need to figure out how I can look at the camera and not my computer the whole time, but it's a work in progress. Just trying to be like SportsVid Jeff down at Auburn. He's got it dialed down. It's a great question about, let me put it up on the screen because I can. So I'm reading it as SoCal, but I don't know if that's your name or if that's just your handle. SoCal. Log practice game footage. Yeah, so I just break it up by cards. So if I shot a game for Fresno State, there'd be a folder called UNLV, and then there would be a folder called Amira. I always want to put the camera that I shot. So it would be UNLV, Amira, card A, all the clips. Boom, card B, all the clips, and card C, all the clips. And I usually do a dump at halftime. Like I'll take card A and dump it at halftime. Then I'll do card B as my third quarter, and then card C is my fourth quarter, just so at the end of the game, I can hand off that footage and that hard drive to athletics, because they're typically required to churn out and edit. And so since I don't work for athletics, I'd have, of course, edited for them, but I will go to games and just be a secondary camera for them, which is nice for me. And it's, if I had to choose, I like doing that, not having a specific assignment really, and just going out there and having fun. I love doing that. But the athletic guys have all the hard work, and I feel for them. And so that's why sometimes I'm able to do some stuff. I did a water polo edit this year, which is cool. So now we did just get a server on our end of, not athletics, but on the university side. And that has some pretty cool tagging capabilities, which I will then it will become a tagging system for the SNS server to find this footage easier, 5 stars, 4 stars, 3-star shots. So that's coming, but as it sits right now, I just break it down by quarter and then pass off a hard drive to athletics at the end of the game. But by the way, I will also, I'm sure a lot of people do this, if I'm shooting something knowing that they're going to edit right after the game, I will get a nice shot. Let me see if I can, this one I can probably pull up. Share video file. Where is my, special roll. So go here. If a good play happens, I will usually shoot the floor. And it's common. So you cover your hand with the lens, or you shoot just a black frame, right? So that probably wasn't going to be one, because that was we were sacked. That's 200 frames. I love 200 frames coming out after halftime. Anyway, so I will shoot a black frame. This 400 lens is actually too big to put my hand over, so I can't get a black frame by that. So I'll just pan down, shoot the concrete, and then come back up if I know it was a good shot. So then Andrew, who's editing, will know that's a good shot. So, and what's nice about an Amira is that I shoot on 422 HD, so the files are not too large, but he can also see the MOV files in the preview windows, as opposed to an FS7, which generates an MXF file, which you cannot preview in Finder. So he likes when I give him MOV files, because he can see the thumbnail. And if he sees a black thumbnail or a dark thumbnail, he knows the shot right before that was good. So that's kind of how I do it. And he does that too. It's just kind of a common thing. And so you'll look at your thumbnails and you'll see a dark frame, knowing the shot before that was good. Yeah, break it up by camera operator, quarter, label the clips, record a new clip covering the lens. Yep. Grass, field. Yep. I mean, because, the edits need to be churned out quickly in the athletic world. And so for the NFL stuff, don't have to do any of that because there are DITs at the stadium that transfer the footage at the end of every quarter. And there are loggers back in New Jersey who literally log every single shot from what is in the shot, the player, the football. You might log a clip that says number 9 drops back, gets sacked by number 52. This is all in the log line for one shot, sacked by 52. Prominent shot of Nike shoes, logo on helmet, prominent. Anyways, so these are the things they can go back and search. And if Nike comes calling to the NFL and wants a cool shot of a shoe, they've got it. So it's a very elaborate system when you're talking about the NFL versus college. And it's all sent through fiber optics from every NFL stadium to Mount Laurel, New Jersey. Very impressive. And I wish everybody could live like that because I don't have to think about it as an operator. I just shoot, pass off my cards every quarter, and someone else is editing it, someone else is logging it, and I go home after the game and I shoot the next week. So good. Yeah. I preview MOV files in Finder. I'm on a Mac. And the MXF files, I think, what do I do? I think I can preview them in VLC, or if I'm shooting on my Sony, just download everything into Final Cut, which is what I use to edit. And then I can see the clips. But yeah, I usually don't have to churn things out immediately like the athletics guys do. So, by the way, talk about the world's longest shot. This shot is they're still coming out for halftime, and it's 200 frames a second, and it's been going for minutes. That's funny. This is cool. I just let this thing run. Yes, logging, it's a perfect job for someone else to do. If you don't like to do it, try and find someone who can. But man, does it help. How those keywords help when you're trying to find something. So, especially, at the, season ending highlight films, man, I want all the touchdowns. I want all the running plays. I want all the great defensive plays. In some cases, I'll see athletics put, in Finder, they'll do a red dot for defense and put a green dot in Finder for good offensive plays. So, I mean, I've seen it done a whole bunch of different ways just to be able to look through a hard drive and try and find. But with our new server on our end, it's going to be so easy because it's just keyword searches. So there's my missed focus shot again. It's haunting me. So I'm curious after this shot if I did shoot. I think I did. I think I probably shot the grass or the ground. Nice. I love that, Will. All the DVDs. It's amazing. I mean, I had to do an edit when we retired Paul George's jersey, and the archive just doesn't exist, and so we're constantly trying to, DVDs, old YouTube clips that are like 320p. It's bad. And so you don't want to put someone in that predicament 10 years from now. So it's pretty painful to try and find some of our old Fresno State stuff right now, but we're working on it to make it a better thing. And I'm sure every college is trying to make it perfect, because one of these guys goes to the NFL or becomes a Hall of Famer. You probably want that stuff. Nice. So Will, is that your file name or is that just your keywords? I'll put that on the screen. Yeah, I'd be curious if that 1.1. Yeah, file name. Okay. Yeah, because the real file name is what? 305621.mov. Hey, a film company. I'll put you, look at that. Boom. Hey. My first live stream. Bear with me. Murray Frost is in the building. Look, boom. Yo. Murray, didn't you just get married? Congratulations. You've come a long way from our lunch at Wahoo's. Oh, let me play this again. Boom. Gotcha. So 1.1 is the quarter we usually labeled in. Yeah. That's smart. That's smart. I'm new to this live stream stuff, Murray. I think you're an expert at this. But my first time using StreamYard, and I'm having fun with all these little buttons that I can push. And now I'm just playing files off of my computer. Thanks, a film company. This is StreamYard, Murray. Little duck. And I even paid the $20 so I don't have to do that. You know, I can turn that on and off, and I don't have to do that. It's the little things, you know. Yep. And for those of you just joining us, I'm shooting on an FS7 Mark II with an 18-55. Don't have any zoom control. It's manual zoom, but we can go tighter. And I think I'm in focus still. Yes, that's too tight. Shooting at a T2.9. I've got an aperture 300x above me. I've got a Sennheiser 416, I believe. Boom. That light has already ran out of batteries, which is a Luxley RGB. This is some cool blue RGB light, LED light. So hope it looks cool. I'll take you out there. Yeah, Will, flying with a whole bunch of gear. It's all about the cases, man. I love mycasebuilder.com. I just build custom cases and everything fits perfectly. So if I'm going to go shoot a football game, I bring my cart, a rock and roller cart. I bring a cart bag so I can put that on the airplane. I can check it. And then I bring 2 Pelican cases or SKB cases. And it's got a 23x lens. It's got 5 batteries, which I have to take out and put in my carry-on. And then the Amira, all my pistol grips and rods. And if I am shooting with, and if I can bring another lens, then it's another Jason Case's 20-120 foam cutout case. So don't forget to mention the media rate when you check your bags, because it gets a lot cheaper. And of course, if you're traveling with App State, hopefully they're picking up the bill. But anyways, it helps save them money. And we have a little like media card, this little plastic thing. It just says media. Most gate agents don't even know what to look for. So if you just had a piece of plastic that said media in your picture, you'd get a cheaper rate. And it's usually 70 pound, up to 70 pounds per bag instead of 50. And you can have up to 100 bags. It's crazy. Yeah, go to bed, Marie. Yes, media rate, I would say. Oh, yes, and you're SJSU. So, yeah, if I'm doing stuff for Fresno State, I'm typically driving just because I'm not traveling with the team. And so that makes it better. I'll put this up, Asa. Do you have a main contract with Fresno State and freelance on the side? So I am a full-time employee at Fresno State. So I'm on salary with the university, not athletics. So I do help out athletics when I can. And then, yes, I do freelance work on the side, primarily with NFL films, and among other things, but NFL films is what keeps me busy. It's hard to, especially during football season, do too many more things. Right now, it's kind of the off season for me, so I'm just at Fresno State, and then things will pick back up in September. Multiple cameras, 6 cameras on the field. Jeez. Yeah, I'm assuming App State was that with the COVID restrictions. Could you have 6 cameras on the field with COVID? Put that up. Because I think we were limited. I actually did not shoot one home game for Fresno State this year, which is kind of sad. The schedule came out so late, and the NFL schedule was already out, and so I travel. Well, I travel on Fridays if I'm being COVID tested at the NFL, and Saturday was kind of a dead day, just hanging out in a hotel waiting for my results, and then Sunday shoot the game. Yeah, definitely without COVID. Yeah, it's a heck of a team, man. 6. So Fresno State would have, one kind of embedded with the team on the sidelines, and a couple, maybe a freelancer or 2 up in the stands. But man, it'd be nice to have a bigger budget just to capture more content, because I know these guys they're trying to get what they can, but 6 cameras is really how you do it. I mean, if you're doing a big game, that's the way to do it. Oh, sorry, it was with COVID, Will. Wow. By the way, too, I think that's a Rec 709 on this footage that you're watching. So it's a Mira with just a basic Rec 709 LUT that was applied to every clip. So you can see I'm shooting, I think, at 4,300 inside the Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas where the Raiders play. Fun fact, that is not the same field that the Raiders play on. The Raiders field was outside, and they literally roll out that carpet. It's literally a carpet. I picked it up. It's a carpet that UNLV plays on. No padding, just cement right underneath it. I was like, what? So, because I had shot the very first Raider game against the Saints several weeks before, and it was grass. And UNLV doesn't get to play on the Raider grass. So I thought that was funny. Gotcha, Will. Yep. And then, Will, you guys, you guys have a TV contract, or are you just producing content for the web? Because I feel like I've seen a lot of your stuff maybe on TV too, or maybe that's just what Tyler does. Yeah. I feel like I should be streaming a video game, but I don't play video games, at least online. I do play Grand Theft Auto, watch out, but it's not online. Is this nice? That's cool. Yeah, Ryan O'Rourke. Yep. I remember him at Fresno State. Now he's your boss. Great. He's a great guy, as you know. Cool. So you're doing the social recruiting stuff for App State. Yep. It's a heck of a team for social, which is how it should be, you know. Look, I'll give you a shout out. Everybody go follow Will. It's not gonna be much, Will. There's only 7 of us on here, but any help, you know. And I'm pretty sure, like, maybe was Tyler Adams like a student when App State beat Michigan at the Big House, early 2000s, late 90s. I forget when that was, but I remember they made a film about that, and it might have been Tyler's work. And yeah. So is TA just also doing the same thing for social and recruiting, or are they gonna produce for a network? That's a heck of a crew, man. I mean, that's like a playoff game for the NFL with that many shooters. Normal for the NFL is just me and a top guy, 2 guys. If it's just 49ers versus Browns, you know. Yeah, 07. Oops. 07. I still remember that, man. It shocked the world. And I love it. I love these state schools that come and shock the world. We're all underdogs, right? And that's why I always love, like, Fresno State plays USC, because you never know. You never know. Fresno State plays UCLA. You never know. And we're playing UCLA this year, I think, early on at the Rose Bowl. Nice. Easy Rig's great company. And that Minimax saves your back. And also the Vario 5. I haven't tried the new, like, little, I don't even know what to call it, but that springy mechanism that's up top. I'm sure that works even better, but it's an interesting way. Like, I find like I hold it like a baby when I'm shooting with an Easy Rig, but I also like to use the EVF. So the Easy Rig, I probably would never shoot sideline football action with an Easy Rig just because of the way that I shoot. I like it to be on my shoulder, and I like to just use that EVF. And I feel like that, I don't know, you have to really dial it in, but yeah. That is a heck of a relationship to have with TA Films. That's how you know you got a great relationship, you know. And we've had issues. I mean, so Fresno State 2018, after that Las Vegas Bowl, played Boise State in Boise for the championship, and we won. And it was like a snow game. And anyways, there's a great alum named Matt Colbert from Fresno State who owns an agency called Misfit. And I couldn't make it because of the NFL stuff, because it was in December, but we asked them if they could take a camera guy up, and he brought a Red, and it's exactly what you need in case you win a championship in Boise. You need more cameras, and they did it on their dime. And shout out to Misfit for doing that, because we have some amazing 4K 120 footage of Ronnie Rivers scoring the game-winning touchdown. Came right out his camera, and so I actually edited that piece in 2018 and won a Telly Award for that, for editing. So it was fun. It's great to have alum that can do that and really are passionate about the programs. No, dude, yeah, you get Austin Porter at a game, you're good. You're good, especially with an Amira and a 23 by lens during a day game. That's one thing we don't play, and San Jose State too. We don't play too many day games. A lot of 7:00 kickoffs, which sucks because it's the lighting. You're waiting for, or you're hoping that the lighting is adequate to shoot 120, and sometimes it's not, especially with those B4 2/3 inch lenses. The adapters take 2.5 stops of light usually, and anyways, give me a 1:00 kickoff anytime. I'll take it. And yeah, we don't get those out here on the West Coast too much. Nice. SJSU's playing USC this year. I'm assuming in the Coliseum. They very rarely would travel to a small stadium like San Jose. Asa, I hope I'm saying that right. Yes, it is a game day rate. Travel day too. If I'm working for the NFL, you get a travel day if you're sitting on a plane or driving. If you're driving, you get mileage. You get your hotel paid for. If you're flying, they're paying for your flight. They're paying for your rental car. They're paying for your hotel, and they're paying you for travel days. So you might, especially last year, you might travel on a Friday, take a COVID test. Saturday was, and I think COVID days were actually full day rates, like it was a game. Then you'd have a travel day on Saturday. You'd have a game day rate on Sunday. Then you'd have a travel day on Monday if you couldn't get home Sunday night. So, yeah. Day rates. Fresno State, salary. So, how many hours is a game day? It's a good question. I think anything over, you're looking at 8 to 10. I think you're at 10. You're at a 10-hour day. I think the way that they do it with the NFL is if you go past midnight, which is hard to do on a West Coast game, which is where I shoot. It's easy to do on the East Coast because they start so late. But if you go past midnight, then your travel day kicks over to the next day. So, but yeah, you're usually getting to the stadium 3 hours before kickoff. Then you're shooting the whole game. So you're at 7 hours. And then if you're going to an airport, and again, if you get home after midnight, you get an extra travel day. If there's no flights home after the game, then you're definitely traveling home the next day and getting a travel day. So that's kind of how that works. Yeah, 10 hours. But again, if I worked 4 hours or if I worked 10, it's all the same rate. And it's only if I go past midnight or something. I do have to track my hours to see how many hours I work for them in a week, but I just have never had a super long day. It sounds like a long day, but it's not. I could build my camera in 20 minutes, and it's a lot about just getting there early, hurry up and wait, So pregame meetings. So for the NFL, there's usually like a Friday afternoon Zoom call, or it was Zoom last year, which helped. Before it was conference calls, but Zoom was so much nicer because you could see everybody's face. So yeah, there was a Friday afternoon Zoom call, just going over general logistics, like, hey, keep an eye out in Seattle because they're getting real picky with going over the white lines or getting too close to players, stay out of the tunnels, especially COVID rules. There was just a lot more regulations. But there's really no creative meeting. We'll get game notes. And so it'll say, people to look out for, middle linebacker, 55, random things too. Maybe they're doing, like, I remember week 1, NFL Films Presents is doing a piece on players with long hair. So I had a note in my game notes to get a shot of number 59 for the Arizona Cardinals. I think it was 59, 58 or 59. Pick off a couple slow motion shots of him and his hair. And then I'm sure, a couple weeks later, I see the TV show. There it is. So those are little things that they'll give us. But for the most part, shoot every play and make it look pretty. And don't mess up. Yeah, those are the kind of the notes. Yeah, 16-hour music video shoots. Music videos are notorious for being underpaid and being overtime, right? Yeah, I mean, industry standards usually a 10-hour day if you're working in LA and stuff, maybe 12, and before you go into overtime, and then you're making more. Same thing with like ESPN or CBS Sports. If you're a cameraman for them, you go over 10 hours. Now you're starting to make extra money because now you're into OT. So we don't want to break any labor laws, but these music video shoots, I know, as I used to work on some of them when I was in film school, and you want to get you want to work on sets and do that, but there's a reason why I don't do music videos anymore. Just the money's usually not there, and there are long days, and usually there's, I don't know, you get in with the wrong artist, and now there's drugs or guns or who knows. No thanks. I'll stick to sports. But good for you, because if that's something you want to do, those are the places you want to be. And then when you get to make those hiring decisions and those paying decisions and time decisions as you move up the ranks, okay, this is going to be a 10-hour day max. If it goes over 10 hours, everybody on the crew gets paid more. So yeah. Cool. Yes, those. So wide shooters, medium shooter, yes. Usually it's done by frame rate. So if there's multiple people, if I'm by myself, I'm going to shoot 48 frames, and I'm the only one on the field, and there's someone up in the press box shooting 30 frames per second, and he's just getting every play from the top, and I'm getting every play from the sidelines. And I'm going to shoot 48 frames, and I'm in the red zone. I'll probably switch it to 60, but I'm not going to go over that. That's not my job to go shoot 120 when they ask me to shoot 48. So don't be that guy. And that I'm going to get it all. I'm going to try and get wide stuff in pregame. I'm going to be on a tighter lens for the game. And then at postgame, I'll go back to a wide angle and get some cool hero shots. When it comes to playoffs, now we're talking about my job, maybe just to be on the bench with my sound man. So I'm shooting 23.98 sync sound, and I'm just capturing audio, B-roll clips from behind the bench or players mic'd up. And then there'll be someone like Austin Porter who's shooting 120 frames from the sidelines. And then there'll be opposite him a 60 frame. And then opposite them is a 48 frames. Like, so the bigger the game, air conditioning like kicked on. Bigger the game, the more camera people, but primarily it's just one on the field, one in the press box. And those are just in the call sheet. And so you just do it enough to know, okay, this is what I'm shooting this game. When I have a sound guy, I know, okay, this is what we're going to do. If I'm up in the stands on a long lens, I'm following a player with a microphone on from down on the field. I'm handheld with a boom operator, sound mixer. So, but no creative talk. I mean, we've been doing it for so long that we know what to do. And yeah, if there was a new guy, we'd have a little powwow, but we all kind of know what we're doing. Oh, Chris, go check. Chris, put your Instagram handle in the chat, like right now. And also, like, everybody needs to check out what this guy has been able to do with what he calls a Frankenstein camera rig. Former NFL Films intern out of Miami, which is very late, Chris. You should be sleeping. It's 11 o'clock here. I'm not good at math, but it's pretty late over there. But yeah, and Chris, if you don't put your Instagram handle, I'm going to put your Instagram handle in there. Because don't get me, Blackmagic 4K, Pocket 4K with B4 adapter and a 26 by Ingenue lens, right, Chris? Like, you've been able to get some killer stuff with that setup. And if you didn't know any better, you thought he was shooting with an Amira. Just great stuff. And by the way, you're either late to the party or you're very early to the party because it is morning time now in Miami, isn't it? Yes. Everybody needs to see the Frankenstein rig. I wonder if I could hold on. Let me see if I can do this. I don't know, Chris, if you have anything on your Instagram with the picture of it. I'm logged into the wrong one. There he is. You beat me to it. There we go. Yeah, I think there's. Now, can I save this image? I'm putting you on the spot here, Chris. Save. How do I save that? Freaking screenshot. Wait, I think I can only do video. This is how new I am to StreamYard, but yeah, there you go. Chris, yeah, great stuff with all the Miami-Dade kids, and you had the luxury of having high school football like all year, which we didn't have out here in California. We're getting it now. They're actually wrapping up football now, high school football in California now. But man, those kids are lucky to have you on the field to get all that cool stuff. I hope that 26 by is working out for you. That's a heck of a lens. I mean, I have a 23 by. I've shot with a 24 by. I've never shot with the 26 by. Maybe I did with the Oregon. Yeah, I know. How can I guess I could share screen. Let me see here. Share. When you bring extra guys, how much of a factor is gear package? Well, we all for NFL Films, we all shoot with the same exact gear. I mean, some lenses may vary depending on your role, but we might have what we call weasel camera, bring in some cool cinema glass, but most of us are shooting with video lenses, 22 by 23 by, some old Super 16 millimeter lenses on some of these guys. It's kind of I don't know. It's a crapshoot on kind of lenses that are bringing, but it ranges from anywhere from high-end cinema glass to 2/3 inch video lenses that are adapted. So yeah, but we all shoot with Amiras or Alexas or Alexa Minis, so it's all the same sensor, and so that's kind of how that works. Yes, always airy. Yeah, football in the spring, especially with like the light, it's more bright in this. The sun doesn't set as early as in the fall. So I saw a lot of cool highlights from high school with these cool sunset shots in California. Hold on, see if I remove this, go here, remove that, and then let me go Safari to this other one and share screen, share screen, open system preferences, Google Chrome. Oh, I can't do that. Screen 2, share. There we go. There's Chris. I figured it out. What's funny, so my second screen is in Atomos Shogun Flame, so it's 7 inches. So I'm trying to like follow the mouse on a 7-inch monitor. That's great. Great stuff. Hi-hat stuff, right? You were on a hi-hat? I should just do this. You should do Instagram reviews, right, Chris? There's that 26 by. Let me go bigger. I think I go bigger. Boom. Water polo. Look at you. My last lens review, I did water polo for the first time. It's so fun. I didn't know what was going on, but it was fun. Nice little studio action. And then you're hanging out with NFL players. I see you using those NFL film shots. I won't tell anybody, Chris. All handheld with a Blackmagic Pocket 4K, right, Chris? Shoulder rig, which is crazy because that camera's so small. Sorry, I'm just skipping through here. One of these, I remember you got kind of knocked out on some of them. There's that beautiful Miami sunset sky. Those are the ones I'm like, man, I wish I was sitting down. Happens to me all the time. Like, damn, that's a great shot. I just am in love with like shooting from a kneeling position. And someone like Austin Porter shoots, sitting down. We were talking about Austin earlier, Chris. It's great stuff. Check out Chris. So I'm going to come back to remove. Oh, hi, hello. All right. Any hi-hat recommendations? Sign up as a steady A7 III with a cage, few accessories. I don't need anything too heavy duty. Well, so this is too heavy duty, but this e-image, this is an old Sockler Video 20, which is actually slightly broken. So I just use it to prep gear. But this little guy fits a 75mm bowl and a 100mm bowl tripod head. And I want to say it might be discontinued now because every time I search for it, but it's an EI 7500. That's great. And you can put a Manfrotto head on here. You can put an e-image head. You can put whatever you want. And it's small. I've shot Super Bowl with this. I've shot Fresno State with this. So it can hold the massive lenses that I use with the appropriate tripod head. But I love this e-image one. And it was super cheap from what I remember. Yeah, all shoulder rig, yeah. Look this. I can just pull the gear out. And show you guys. By the way, buyer beware. I bought this Video 20 on eBay. The only thing that's ever screwed me over. So I'm trying to figure it out. It's hard to see. Anyway, so I didn't realize when I bought this head on eBay last year that it was almost 30 years old, 25 years old. The tripod head. I mean, it looked really good, and they might have painted it or something, but it had a little bit of play in the tilt. There's just a little bit where it wouldn't stay. It's a great head, but anyways, there's a little bit of play in it, and I sent it into a local Sockler repair center in the Bay Area, near San Francisco. And he said, they don't even make the parts anymore. So I couldn't get it fixed. So he had a Sockler Video 18 S2 that was like a B stock in his inventory. So he sold that to me. So I have that, and I have a Video 20 that I just use for prepping gear. But I think I bought that on eBay for like $2,000. So it was a hard loss. So yes, I think I've said this in other videos, but you only need to buy like a really nice tripod once in your life, once in your career. You buy it once, you spend $5,000, you'll never buy a tripod again. Like, done. So how long are you going to do this for? And that's how much you should spend on a tripod, because you do not replace tripods every year. A good tripod will last you your entire career. Yeah. So Chris, when you were an intern, I think worked with Austin, and now I know you guys have a good relationship going back and forth. Well, you can find, again, you can find a tripod head for that price, but how long are you going to be in this game? And, can you save up a little bit more and just get I think my Manfrotto 509 HD is like $1,000 head. Perfect. It's a perfect head. The Sockler I need just because I have some of the 400 millimeter lens and some of the stuff I do for NFL Films, which I then rent to them. So then I make money on it. But if you're not in the position to rent your gear just yet, I mean, $1,000 lens is where I would want to. Tripod. Again, it'll last you your whole career. That's so cool. Well, I think after an hour and 27 minutes, I'm ready to probably go home. My wife's probably wondering where I'm at. Pay once, cry once. Yes, that's very true. And yeah, that's a great quote. Cool. Well, I appreciate you guys kind of hanging out with me on my very first live stream. Again, hit me up on Instagram. See if I need to create an end slide here or something. But I'm sure you guys follow me on Instagram or Twitter and send me your questions, and I'll probably just do Q&As through live stream, so I don't have to it's less of a hassle, and I can just knock them out. So maybe it's a Sunday night thing when I'm not doing football. Give us a thumbs up if you think Sunday nights are cool. They work. I know they work well for me. And also, for the 5 people in here, let's end this pandemic and get vaccinated. That's my one pitch. Here in California, anybody 16 or older is eligible, and the shots are there. So fully vaccinated here. My wife is too, and we're excited. We're going to on a couple trips in May. So of course, staying in California, but excited to finally get out there. I did a lot of travel for the NFL, but I sat in my hotel room and shot football games and then went back home. So it wasn't really a vacation. Yeah. Oh, adapter comment. Sorry. Thank you, Will. Did you see my adapter comment before you did? Let me. Wait, I don't follow. No. I'm logged into a different. Sorry. I was logged into my recreational vehicle account. Sorry, let me share my screen. Chris, I follow you. I follow you. So if I go here, this is, if you want to learn about RV stuff, this is my recreational vehicle page. Can I go there, profile? Yeah, this is my RV page. This is why I don't follow Chris, because that's my RV page. Which, by the way, I need to start another YouTube channel for that, because that's a whole nother side of what I like to do is camp. So yeah. Good call, though. I like those cards. I totally missed that. Wait, how do I? Oh, I'm on the wrong. I'm gonna take a picture here and I'll put it on my Instagram just so like what I was dealing with the Shogun Flame, the FS7, the MacBook Pro, Focusrite. So hopefully it all went well. And let me stop sharing that. Remove. No, don't need that. Remove that. Cool. Good. Will and Chris connected. Love it. By the way, Chris is out of Miami. So if App State ever goes to Miami, give Chris a call. Cool. All right. How do I do this? I hide that. Wait. How do I know? Oh, there it is. That one. Cool. Awesome. Well, guys, you made this super interesting. And maybe shoot me a DM Sunday nights. I mean, I'd probably do it earlier. Hopefully I'd try and do it early. Maybe I'd do it before my kids go to bed. So these East Coast guys can jump on. But yeah. What will get Chris a credential? And I want to say, I mean, actually don't, because Chris is a Miami Hurricane alumnus, right, Chris? So there might be some bad blood. By the way, that's an amazing stadium, which is no, is that it? Yeah, that's it, right there. Super Bowl 54. That one and that one, both Super Bowls, 49ers lost. I don't know. I should probably swap them out. But Super Bowl 47, Super Bowl 54, it was sad. It was really sad. Yeah, hopefully you can get on the field, Chris. Just a heck of a stadium. So yeah, all of you in the chat should follow each other, and Chris too. The F1 series. Like, I'm not big into F1, but I saw a little bit of that Netflix show, and now they're going to race F1s like for the next 20 years in Miami. That's amazing. So, oh, okay. So you're playing at Hard Rock against Eastern Carolina. I get it. Cool. Yeah. Get Chris a credential. He'll show up with his Frankenstein camera and shoot the shit out of it. Cool. Hold on. Now, are you talking about 1995, Asa? Which was the 94 season, but the Super Bowl was in 1995? Because, yeah, I remember that game very vividly. 55-10, I think it was. Or was that maybe against the Broncos? 49? Anyways, yeah, that was like 1994 49er team was my – that was all-time team. Ricky Waters, Jerry Rice, Steve Young, Ken Norton Jr. Yes. So, how old was I? 1981. So I was like 13, 12, 13. So really pretty much the same age, almost the same. You're younger than me, but yeah. And they wore the throwbacks almost all year long, Asa. You probably remember this. They wore those throwbacks because it was the 75th anniversary of the NFL. And when they didn't wear the throwbacks, they lost to Joe Montana in Kansas City. And I think they lost to the Eagles in Philadelphia when they didn't wear them. So, and by the way, this upcoming year is the 75th anniversary of the 49ers. So I'm hoping they wear throwbacks the whole year. And then they go to the Super Bowl and win. Yeah. No, yeah, it's great editing, Chris, on that F1 promo. Yeah. Well, now I'm confused, Will. So you're playing – App State's playing ECU in Charlotte. Got it. week 2, who are they playing? Nice. Okay, so they are playing Miami. So yes, there could be some issues with Chris shooting that, but that's going to be really cool. I mean, clearly, if they sold out a UFC event, there's going to be a full house at Hard Rock for every game, no matter what it is. I guarantee it. So cool. Yes, like I said, everybody follow each other on Instagram. Start a little community here, and again, hit me up with any questions. Sorry, I saw one about Oregon. Will you be in Eugene? So Fresno State, is Fresno State playing Oregon? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And I would love to be there. I'd have to look. The problem with my NFL schedule is that I don't know what I'm going to shoot until the week before the game. So it would be tough. I think the only way I could swing that, depending on how, I don't know if there'll be COVID testing next year, but if the Seahawks are home, I would make it a point to drive down to Eugene from Seattle. I'd fly to Seattle. I'd get my rental car and go to Eugene, which is like, 4 or 5 hours. I'd shoot the game, then go back to Seattle, shoot the Seahawks the next day. That's how I would probably do that. Or if I'm off, I'd go. Yeah. Yes. Cool. Okay, I'm just catching up on it. Looks like I got everybody. All right, I'm going to end this, and maybe next Sunday I'll be back. Thanks, everybody. Take care.